think I belong here. I don't think I fit in.
Oh, nonsense. Of course you do.
No, I mean it. I mean it. It's just somebody must have goofed if I gotta stay here another day.
Peace. It's Professor Griff, public enemy, the ex-minister.
Which means it's too strong.
Up on the screen. All right, that's ugly. I gotta fix my camera, fam. Hold on for a second. I think that's better. All right, thank you very much. This is Professor Griff, and thank you all for joining me this evening. All right. I tried to come on an hour ago, but the music wouldn't let me. It just wouldn't let me. Not at all. The music wouldn't let me. Shout out to everybody. All right. Hold on one second. All right, cool. All right. It's going to be a dynamic show tonight, inshallah, hopefully. We're going to be talking about, I pulled a line from one of Biggie's songs. I think it was Juicy or one of them songs. You never thought that hip-hop would take it this far. Well, how far has hip-hop or rap taken it? And there is a difference. All right. Gary's Garage, what's good with you, man? Aaron, Knowledge, Love Plumber, Antoine, Chris Vesey. What's up, Mr. Black? All right, shout out to everyone on IG. All right. I want to know, can everybody hear me? Zakia, what's good with you? Quan, what's happening? Salute, Quan, what's good with you? Can everybody hear me? Give me a thumbs up or something if you can hear me so I'll know what's on. Mosey, what's up? All is well, Quan. It's a beautiful thing. All right. All right, so I take it that y'all can hear me. All right, listen, before I get started, I want to shout out my good brother, Johnny Taylor. I believe it's Johnny Taylor's birthday. Did you know that, Quan? Johnny Taylor, about 109 years old or something. I don't know. I'm just trying to figure it out. I'm trying to see where he's at. He's probably somewhere celebrating. Probably sipping some pine needle tea or something. All right. Anyway, shout out to Johnny Taylor. Shout out to everyone that's been supporting the platform. Shout out to everyone that has been following the platform and supporting some of the things that we're doing. Mainly right now, the drive to move Serious Minds over to a platform, 2 other platforms where we can begin to dive deeper. One of the things that we decided to do, help me out if I'm right, Quan, we decided to come on once a month on a Zoom call and talk about what we need to talk about and just kind of, but you have to support it. All right. You definitely have to support it, family. All right. Second thing we're doing is moving Serious Minds over to a platform in which I can express myself and we can get out and interview some other people so we can broaden the scope. I know y'all just tired of seeing me sit in the basement here. All right. But trust me, fam, sometimes when I ask other people to go on, people just They decline. They don't want to come on for some strange reason. So thank you for everyone's who donated and took advantage of the ebooks that we were sending out. It's still going on, fam. If you would like the ebooks, all right, to build your digital library or just to build your knowledge about some things, hit me up, make a donation, and I'll send out the ebooks, which we've been doing. It's a beautiful thing. Hold on for a second. That's it, Quan. Let me leave that up there for a second. All right. Thank you all very much. And with that, just to let you know, Quan, we have to buy a lavalier system. And I saw a very good one. I think Roadcaster puts it out, I think. The Road people. Anyway, so what it does is you clip it onto the person you're interviewing and you have a transmitter. You have a transmitter on the other end or vice versa. Or you have a mic, they have a mic, and you have a transmitter on the camera. And it just kind of gives you a better recording of what they're saying. And you kind of take that information, dump it into Final Cut Pro or whatever, and do it. But we need a system. I got one for you. All right. Well, if you got one for me, hit me up. 678-557-2919. I really appreciate that. It's on Amazon, you said. And someone over here said they got one for me. AEMGTV. All right. So the platform is a beautiful platform. It's HHN.TV. And the brother's making me a sweet deal. I'm going to bring the content over there. We're going to interview some people. But I need the equipment to go out in the field to interview people. All right. And in some cases, the people that I know, I'm definitely probably going to have someone roll with me. Because to roll out of the house with $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 worth of equipment strapped over your shoulder, you know that's a hazard. When you know you got to go any and every way to get an interview. All right, so that's what we're going to be doing. I think it's a beautiful thing. I'm up for it. If you're up for it, make sure you'll send in a donation and or I hate that. I don't really like sending the donation kind of thing. It'll be best for you to take advantage of the fact that we are the people that do donate. We're sending out ebooks to help you build your digital library. So you might be getting a $100, $200, $300 book for $5. All right. So people have been sending in slowly but surely, Quan. People have been sending in small donations, and I've been every single day, every morning I get up, I send out the ebooks. All right. So it is working. It's a beautiful thing. So listen, I think that date, Quan, for the first Zoom call. Hold on. I want it to be on a Wednesday night, a night that I'm not on. Wednesday night, October 11th. I think it's beautiful. Middle of the week, everybody's home. I can come on roughly the same time that I come on during the show, 7 o'clock. By 9 o'clock, we done. I could jump on the turntables and do and get on Twitch and make it happen in that kind of way. So write the date down, October 11th, the Zoom call. Now, what I need y'all to do is send me the subjects that you want to deal with on that particular day. Not that day. I think the Wednesday we're going to do in November. The first day, I think I want to set it off, Quan, with hold on. I want to set it off. I want to dive back into this symbology. I want to be able to dive because there are symbols that are out now with new companies, new information. That so much so I could even do a part 2.5 to this. All right. So I want to dive into the idea of symbology. A reference book of subliminal seductive manipulation of consciousness in a cultural retrograde. All right. So we have to understand the dynamic of the importance of what symbols do to our energy centers. All right. So I want to dive back into this. Now, Quan, what I am doing. All right. Don't scream at me. Everyone that signs up for the Zoom call, all right, that night will get a free ebook, all right, of symbology All right, so they can follow along and dive into it after we finish or whatever they want to do. All right, okay. So I'm going to talk to Quan, a couple of other people about what the price of the Zoom call should be, and then let's make it happen. And you can get a free ebook of my book, Symbology, which is 300 pages. 300 pages of symbols broken down, and we're going to dive into this October 11th. Sign up for the Zoom call, fam. I'm going to give everyone my email address. Just let me know. Send me the subject for the Zoom call afterwards, and just kind of let me know what you think we should deal with on the second Zoom call that we're doing in November. All right? Quan, can you put up the seriousmindsinfo@gmail.com? Seriousmindsinfo@gmail.com email address. Email me there, fam. Email me. I'll be able to send out the link for the Zoom call in October. It's going to go out to my whole email list. I'm going to come do a show the night before and make sure you'll get the information for the Zoom call. All right? All right, tonight's subject. You never thought that hip-hop would take it this far. How far are we talking about, Professor Griff? The email address is on the screen, fam. seriousmindsinfo@gmail.com. Some say that rap lyrics, matter of fact, let me bring y'all into the conversation. Hold on. Share the screen. I think we're talking about the dangers. Share. Hopefully y'all can see that. Some say that rap lyrics have a negative impact on society, especially on young people. Rap lyrics can glorify violence, drug use, and criminal behavior. They can also include inappropriate sexual content. According to shout out to my friend Tyra, who's going into surgery tomorrow, trying to correct. It's going to attempt to correct and prevent her from getting seizures, and her debilitating blindness may get even worse. I don't even know how that's going to get worse, but shout out to Tyra. I hope you make it through. Hopefully I can call you tonight when I get off of here, because I know you're going into surgery tomorrow. Let's send some positive energy her way. All right. Now, it says they include inappropriate sexual content, according to the American Academy of Child and Adolescent Psychiatry. These lyrics can contribute to suicide, violence, drug and alcohol use in teens. Abdul Chestnut, what's good with you, bro? Hit me up when I get off of here, all right? Rap music also influences how children behave sexually, their perception of violence, and their ideas of success. Many rap songs, especially the videos, have sexual content, which may give children ideas on what to do at an early age. Does Disney cartoons do this? Does other lyrics and other genres do this? All right. What is it with the fascination of white people with hip hop any old way? Once upon a time, everyone was saying, well, you know, man, it's white people that buy hip hop. Well, if white people are buying hip hop, young kids are going to rap concerts and this kind of thing, and they're the ones that's buying hip hop. You don't think they're affected also? All right. So, with that said, Biggie's lyrics for Juicy, which I pulled this title from, shout out to Smart Pharmacy, what's good with you? Biggie said on the song Juicy, he said, this album is dedicated to all those teachers that told me I would never amount to nothing, to all those people that lived above the building that I hustled in front of. Yeah, y'all know I always have an issue with that, because anyway, trying to make some money to feed his daughter. He said, it's all good, though. All right. And he said, this is also mine in the struggle. You know what I'm saying? It's all good, baby, baby. All right. He said, it was all a dream. I used to read Word Up magazine, Salt and Pepper Heavy D up in the limousine, hanging pictures on my wall. Every Saturday, Rap Attack, Mr. Magic Molly Mall. I let the tape rock till the tape pop. Smoking weed and bamboo, sipping on private stock. Way back, I had the red lumberjack with the hat to match. Remember rapping Duke, da-ha, da-ha? You never thought that hip-hop would take it this far. How far is that, Mr. Notorious B.I.G.? How far has rap taken it? After reading that, because I was studying hip hop, trying to prepare this thing I have to do for my first interview to transition Serious Minds over to this other platform. I was reading this article and it talked about Sexy Red to launch lip gloss line with Pound Town. Then it talked about some of Sexy Red's lyrics. Then I started studying how the new wave of rappers are winning. So Quan, if you're correct, and I agree with you, you said it's at a ratchet and degenerate level right now. How far can they take it? How far can the next female rapper coming out take it? Yomiko Marshall, you can't do the donation for the Symbology ebook yet because it comes with the class. So hit me up, Miss Marshall, 678-557-2919. You got to text me. All right. So fam, how far? You said we need to do seminars on this? Yo, AEMGTV, hit me up. Let's do it. All right. All right, fam. So how far? How far can they take it is the question tonight. So Quan says next is bestiality. Quan, give us a definition of the depths of what that is when you talk about bestiality. What are we talking about when we say the next step is bestiality? Please, Quan, don't tell me that they're going to start having sex with monkeys and apes and donkeys and sticking plastic stuff in them and vibrating rubber stuff that spin and light up and make sounds. I mean, help me out. Having sex with animals. Okay. I guess I was right. All right. Is this where rap is going? Someone said the gay agenda. As far as the consumer will keep eating up the nonsense. Said that's it, sir. Yep. So help me out, fam. Are we talking next set of female rappers that come out are literally going to actually start in their shows just because right now they are one dental floss away from being butt naked on stage. So you said if they stop streaming it, it'll stop? You don't think they would just find another way to do it? Drill. Trap music started off not necessarily from a streaming perspective. They were just making songs that went along with what they were doing in that environment. However, they were sharing it. So you're saying if they stopped streaming it, it would quail people's interest. It would stop people from being interested in it. Sukiyaki chick was already twerking on a little boy. Wow. Okay. So as long as people keep listening to it, how do they know people are listening to it? Help me out with that. Oh, yeah, Yvonne. One damn dental floss away, because that's all they're wearing is dental floss. If you look at some of them outfits, it's like they 200 or 300 pounds, but they got dental floss trying to cover them areas. I mean, how are you going to have a Cheerio for a goddamn pasty? I'm trying not to laugh, but I'm trying to be serious. You're right. People stop listening to that kind of music. People will stop listening. If they stop streaming it, and people stop listening to it, I guess they'll stop making it. Cage Cam 7 says, truly hip hop has been on the decline for about 25 years. NWA elevated hip hop. NWA elevated hip hop? Wow. Hip hop has been on the decline or rap? Get it right, Cage Cam 7. There's a few things that you got kind of distorted in that message. So let's get it right. You might want to rewrite that. So when children continue to have children, maturity never grows. So you said the 200 or 300 pounder with the belly sticking out with Cheerio pasties on and dental floss. Okay. So this kind of music that denigrates our people and talks about our people in a negative light, white record companies are paying for. Let me ask you a question. How many people ever heard of White Mike? Stop typing for a minute, fam. Just answer that question for me real quick. White Mike. Well, I listened to White Mike yesterday. White Mike on YouTube. He talks about black kids allowing to have their songs put on prominent radio stations about and murdering one another. And he does a TED talk. And it's a very interesting conversation that he was having. And he was basically saying, where are the white AK-47 killers? Where are the white kids that rap? How come they won't put white kids on the radio talking about killing other white kids? You said you never heard of White Mike? Come on now. Everybody go to YouTube. Hold on. Go to YouTube. See if I can find it real quick for y'all. Hold on. White Mike TED Talk. We're going to find White Mike tonight. Black murder is normal. Michael Smith, TED Talk, Jacksonville, Florida. White Mike, they call him. Now, you know, if I found it that quick, you can find it.
AK-47s to shoot each other? I mean, we know, do white people not do drugs? Do they not deal drugs? Of course they do. But why is it that it doesn't make it to our mainstream radio? Why is it that we don't hear it hundreds of times a day in hundreds of cities across the nation, thousands of plays that say the idea that a black guy would kill another black guy is something to be celebrated, something to be romanticized? And why is it the white people don't do it? And maybe it's because there's no white audience for it. Or maybe it's because it's not really marketable. Maybe because it's not, can't get sponsors. I don't know why it is. Or maybe it's because it's just not the white man's role. Or maybe when white people get up and talk about being drug dealers and AK-47 killers, maybe it's even sicker than that. Maybe when white people do it, they're accused of acting black. The truth is, in America, black murder is normal. Black murder is normal. The idea that a black man or a black woman would be involved in a homicide, either as a perpetrator or a victim, is so common, so broadly accepted that it basically goes unnoticed. The truth of the matter is, black families are affected by homicide at rates of 10 times their white counterparts. There will be more death in the form of homicide involving black people this year than any other form of violence that dominates our national conversation. More than school shootings, mall shootings, mass shootings, workplace shootings, lovers' trysts that turn violent and bloody, even more than in war and in terrorism. No one will lose their life at greater numbers than black Americans involved in violence. Now, when you talk about what's going on in one segment of society and somehow tie it to what's going on someplace else. You kind of lose people, they detach. This is our unknowing. Prejudice, discrimination, and racism are not the same. We know prejudice, it exists in human hearts and minds. Discrimination exists in hands and policies, but racism is neither in hearts and minds, nor is it really in policies. As a matter of fact, it doesn't take action to keep racism going, it takes inaction. It doesn't take hearts and minds to keep racism going. It actually have to keep things out of people's mind. Racism is like the millstone that churns along in the background. It just goes generation in and generation out and keeps turning out the same generational outcomes. Racism is like the nicotine stains left on the walls after the smoking tenants move out. They take the couch, they take the clock, they take the picture, but the evidence that they've been there still remains. Now, when I speak of black murder being normal, I'm talking about the combination of commonality and palatability. You know, black murder in our country is not only common, it's not only frequent, but it's an idea that we celebrate. It's an idea that we say is okay. We actually make heroes and out of the notion, heroes out of people that trivialize and romanticize it. How common is black murder? Well, in some demographics in the United States, it's very common. According to the CDC, they release a report every year called the LCOD, leading cause of death. And every year, it's been this way year in and year out for the past decade, as far back as they list on their site, black males ages 15 to 34, the number one cause of death is homicide. The number one cause of death. For white males, it's number 3. And when you hear that, you instantly go, well, yeah, I mean, that would seem right. I mean, I hear of black on black crime, or I hear about urban crime. So I guess, yeah, number 1 to number 3. I mean, it's a problem, but it's really not that bad. But the devil is always in the details. The truth of the matter is that if I were to take everybody that dies in this year, every black male 15 to 34, and I brought them into a room December 31st, said, all of you have made it to the afterlife. And I want to take a quick survey. How many of you got here by cancer? A few voices would say, me. How many of you got here by auto accidents? Me. How many of you died of a heart attack on an athletic field? Me. And I said, how many of you were gunned down by another human being? And half the room would raise their hands. Now, every time I show this information, people always say, well, if the number 3 cause of death for white males, what is the number 1 cause of death? And without fail, year after year, it's called unintentional injuries, accidents, falling off a four-wheeler, crashing a go-kart, or bungee jumping without paying attention to, knots and things like that. And so basically, the American story is white kids are dying because they're clumsy, and black kids are dying because they're gunned down. Chicago, just like New Orleans, just like Jacksonville, just like Little Rock. How common is black murder? The past 3 years, there's been about 1,270 victims of homicide, 2012, all the way up to this week in 2014. And of those victims, 64 were white. Now, this transcends the simple diagnosis that we have. Well, it's education, it's poverty, it's family structure. As you study it locally, nationally, as you study it decade after decade, it doesn't follow any of those easy answers. Something much deeper and much darker is at work. How common is black murder? Well, in my entire life, 1973 to 2014, there has never been a year since I've been breathing that blacks have not been overrepresented in homicide. Never been a year that you can go into a morgue and you don't see blacks overrepresented. It's the story of America. It's certainly the story of America in my lifetime. My question is, what will be the first year that we see it a 1-to-1 ratio? I mean, if it's somewhere between 7-to-1 and 10-to-1 now, I mean, when will it be 1-to-1? We would consider it a huge national victory if we ever got it to 5-to-1, to 4-to-1, to 3-to-1. Violent crime has gone down over the past 40 years. People say, isn't that great? No, because prison has gone up over the past 40 years. And no matter the fact that violent crime has gone down or prison has gone up, what's never closed is the gap. There's always that gap, 6-to-1, 7-to-1, 8-to-1. Usually it's the smartest person in the room at this point that yells out from the back, so are you saying you want more white people killed? And then all of a sudden I realize that's why we die in clumsy accidents. All right, here we go.
All right, that's white. That's White Mike. Go check it out on YouTube. Do your assessment. Study it. And then make your own assessment. I mean, y'all be surprised. I have to sit through TED Talks, lectures. I have to read. I got to research. I have to do all of this stuff in order for me to even begin to sit either on a panel, which I don't like doing, and or come before this microphone before you, or put some information together to go speak to group of people or whatever. So yeah, I don't discriminate, nor do I dismiss anyone's information. I look into it. I'll take what White Mike is saying, write down some stuff, and I'll go for it. You understand what I'm saying? But can we listen to White Mike and then turn around and say, is some of the things he's saying correct when we start listening to the kid that pull up next to you in the car and he's rocking Sexy Red. Now I don't know which artist was it, Sukiyaki, Sexy Red, Little Skid Mark, or which one talked about they lipstick and they crotch and they booty hole and all that kind of stuff. I keep hearing people mention, I was scrolling through TikTok and I kept hearing the lips are red and booty hole brown thing. And I'm like, okay, where is that coming from? I'm just out of the loop. I'm just, yeah, Yvonne, you're driving, but you still, okay, I got you, sis. I mean, who is that, Quan? Can somebody help me out? Oh, that's Sexy Red. Okay. Lipstick, booty hole, underarm. Okay, I got it. I'm okay. I know. I got it. Yeah, okay. All right, so like what do we do with that? Do we dismiss the white mics? Do we dismiss everyone that speaks up and speaks out about it? Do we dismiss the Minister Paul Scotts or the Davy D's or the Wise Intelligence or the Black Dots and everyone else? Who went to the thing in Atlanta? The what's the name of Revolt thing that they had the other night in Atlanta? I heard everybody and their mama was there. I wasn't invited, so y'all know me. I don't go places where I'm not invited. So how many people went? Can somebody show up? Who went? Anybody go? Anybody in Atlanta on the line, on IG, on Facebook, YouTube? No one went? Okay, I'm the only one that know one person that went. All right. I just want to get it, yeah, what were they talking about? I'm curious. No, but hold on. No, but I don't want him to take some accountability from his culture that started generations ago. Oh, okay. What? Matthew Jones, you gotta be kidding me. Yellow Discharge and Nut are two of the other flavors that Sexy Red's lip gloss line offers. So, Simply Beth, you said I am conflicted about why I like vulgar and shock value rap. The only thing I think it comes down to the witty factor and the wordsmithery. You need to check up from the neck up because I don't see no wordsmithing going on in this rap today. That shit is straightforward, ratchet, and niggardly. Where's the wordsmithery that you talking about? Okay. Okay, but someone said, is that any different from Erykah Badu's Incense that smells like her young Tanya, she calls it? Help me out, fam. I think what Erykah Badu is kind of putting out an incense that might playing on your emotions, I guess, because if that incense smells like her thing, her young Tanya, we don't know what her young Tanya smelled like. So, but Sexy Red's lip gloss, yeah. Yellow Discharge and Nut. Yeah, I shouldn't have ate before. No, Quan, that's what she calls her stuff, young Tanya. No, I'm dead serious, man. I'm not playing. I heard her say this myself. She calls it young Tanya. I think. I'm not sure. You got to ask Erykah Badu. I think she has a hamster or a rabbit named Young Tanya. Or, I'm not sure. Ask Erykah Badu. Anyway, back to Sexy Red. So it's a lip glaze, hot gloss, moisturizing, Sexy Red. Yeah. Yeah, I know, Sydney G. Erykah Badu, that's my sister. I didn't buy them incense, though. Can you imagine? Yeah, me having my wife light one of Erykah Badu's incense and it smelling like Erykah Badu's Little Tanya. Yeah, I don't know about that. No, I think the hamster's named Little Tanya. I'm not sure. Anyway, no, I'm good on that too with the lip gloss and the incense. All right, so fam, where are we at in 2023 heading into 2024 with all that we have working against us? This are what these people are pushing on us as far as our entertainment is concerned. So now my last question for tonight is, who's winning? Who's winning? I'm not sure if I want to go out and do the taste test to figure out how many women are wearing Sexy Red's lip gloss. That's just not something. Yeah, no, I'm just not. I'll let somebody else handle that and we'll talk about it. But yeah, not Griff. You said it's sad where this generation is headed. Where that generation is headed is where we're headed because we're connected. And I think we keep forgetting that. We think we can cut the umbilical cord from the generation behind us and we think everything is fine. No, simply whoever the fuck you are, there's not a place for everything. There's a place and a time that we check that shit. Thank you. People have done it in the past. I'm not sure how old you are, but let me give you a bit of hip-hop history. Simply, Beth, you must be a white. Anyway, you came up on the stage early 80s, late 70s, early 80s, and you were spitting some bullshit, we would take the mic from you and damn near whip your ass backstage. So there ain't a place for every goddamn thing. If there's a place for everything, there are some people, and y'all know who I'm talking about, you can't come on and talk about their mama and disrespect their people and call them out their name. They'll shut you down. So if there's a place for that, why don't you go do that, try it out, and come back and report to us and see how that work out for you. We don't do that. Yeah, well, if God and the devil will always fight, let them fight in your pants. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, motherfucker, don't get sassy with me. Griff got jokes. All right, because if God had the conversation, God and the devil have the conversation in your pants, and God tell the devil you on your period, he said, I don't give a fuck. Yeah, I had jokes way before Flavor Flav had jokes. Yeah. And mine sink a little bit deeper. Thank you very much, Minister Paul Scott. I really appreciate that. I'm going to keep a hard line. I'm not going to fucking back down, not back away from it at all. Not going to capitulate. I'm not giving in. Nope. Nah. I'm going to keep making music because even if I'm not in the music is always in me. I wake up every day and do music. Yeah, well, that's your thinking, Merlin, Levi, whoever you is. There is such a thing as good and evil. God and the devil. Yeah, but you talking about way above our pay grade. Go take that somewhere else. We having a real down-to-earth conversation. You understand what I'm saying? And this is real. So when people, until they grow to that level, yeah. But why don't you go tell Sexy Red that? There is no such thing as God and the devil or good and evil. Yeah, you can get these fucking nuts, Simply Beth, and your bitch ass can get blocked. Like right now, whole ass motherfucker, get the fuck out of here. Think about hurt people. You motherfucking right. Shit, who the fuck denied that? You hurt your ass. Fuck kind of channel you think you on? This ain't the motherfuckers down the dial. This ain't them other dudes on YouTube. It's Professor Griff. Fuck out of here with that. You heal my motherfucking pain. You can heal these fucking nuts, motherfucker. Get the fuck out of here. Anyway, like I was saying, very politely, I don't give a fuck what kind of word it is, Yvonne. This shit is real when it comes to us at our people. This shit. I don't care where it comes from. Goma, Ars, du bars, a German word, French, whatever. We need to stop being very real and down to earth. See, this is where we have that disconnect with that generation behind us. This is why they don't want shit to do with us. Because we want to get on this motherfucker and sound real smart and fucking intelligent and try to impress somebody. We don't have to do that. Nah, we don't. Their grandmama is still dragging their ass to church. They know about God and the devil, right and wrong. You going to heaven or hell, eat 3 meals a day, take the vaccine, blah, 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 blah. This is the shit that the masses of the people need to be freed and emancipated from. That's what we're trying to do. Y'all coming on here talking all this fly shit, you ain't reaching no one. And if you really think you're that fucking fly and smart, give me a fucking phone call and y'all can come roll with me to a couple of these juvenile detention centers and these other places I gotta go to. Let's see how fucking smart you are. When you talking to that fucking 9-year-old with 4 tattoo tears right here, and that motherfucker in there going from the juvie to the prison as soon as he turned 14 or 15. So the fuck out of here with that bullshit. Thank you. Anyway, like I was saying, hold on. Yeah, some people you got to put in time out, Quan. We as human beings have a wide range of emotions. Some of you motherfuckers talk about don't get emotional. Well, even when I talk like this, it's an emotion. It's a calm emotion, but nonetheless, it's an emotion. Am I right or wrong? Some of y'all are emotionless. Nothing moves you. Well, if you're passionate about what you're passionate about, it should move you. And every now and then you have to use some choice words and you got to talk with that in your voice. But some of you dudes on here running your motherfucking mouth on your period, scared of anything, won't bust a fucking grape in a fucking fruit fight. Talking about don't get emotional. No, you're not helping me out. You're not. I don't need to know that. I already know that. Matter of fact, I wrote the book on that. Not helping me out. That's not helping me. And you don't get cut up for that. But that's not helping me. It's really not. Because the thing that we need to truly understand right now is the fact that if we're going to talk to Tay-Tay, Twan, Peanut, Man, and the rest of them, we have to develop a methodology and a way to go talk to them. And when I say those nicknames, that's some of y'all's nephews and nieces and cousins. That's some of y'all's children who y'all don't even talk to. So you gonna come at him with definitions of words and all that? Not gonna fly. It's not gonna fly. No. Case in point. I put this book together. It took me a year. I've been researching for a long time, but to sit down and physically put it together took a year, okay? I had some help from some beautiful, intelligent people. Too many to name, all right? Okay. When I got to the point where I'm start being this intellectual, academic, want to use 3, 4, 5, 6 syllable words, and I had to press the pause button. I'm like, who in the hell am I trying to reach? So talking to the intellectuals in certain circles, some of them not trying to hear it because they too damn smart. And then all of the know-it-alls, there are 2 different ones that I'm talking about, 2 different circles of people. And then there is at least, to be honest with you, 100 books about hip-hop. 80 of them you don't have and you don't know who wrote them because they're not in your grasp or in your reach. They're at these conferences that you're not invited to. But Professor Griff is in those spaces. So I had to press the pause button, Quan. I took all that stuff out of the book. I put big, gigantic, large pictures in the book. All right. I put Illuminati handshakes and signs and symbols. I put things so people can see it. Because you know why? I brought this book, The Psychological Covert War on Hip Hop. I pressed the pause button. I put a subtitle in it, The Illuminati's Takeover of Hip Hop, right? And I brought it all the way down so that a 14-year-old will be able to read it. I wasn't going for no prize, for no bestseller on Amazon or the New York Times bestseller list. I wasn't going for none of that shit. You know who I was going for? Tay-Tay, Twan, Peanut, Man, Day, Mike, all of them. That's who I was going for. If I wanted to sound intellectual, I would have made it a hardcover. It would have probably been twice this size. Matter of fact, I would have put these 2 books together. It would have been 500 pages. It would have been that thick. And Man and Twan and they will never read it. Never read it. They would have never read it. Then as I was putting it together, I went on every YouTube show I could go on. I did over 1,000 interviews during that period. All right? Hundreds of thousands into the millions of hits and views on people's stations that chopped up my lecture and put it on their YouTube channel. And most of them was making money when I couldn't. So anybody out there that really want to help, call me, 678-557-2919. When you talk about on the front line and in the trenches, all right, I didn't make this for them. I made this to give this to you so you could use this as a tool to go back and get them little ones, man, to get them to understand so we can curb, so we don't have to produce a goddamn sexy red. I'm gonna read the title for this chapter. Tell me if this didn't go out, how many lives we could have saved. The 5th chapter in the book It's called Pimps, Preachers, Politicians, Pedophiles in the Pulpit. Brandel Bone, thanks for the donation. Really appreciate that, man. I truly appreciate you, brother. For real. I didn't do this for no other reason than to use it as a tool to reach our people. Then I turned around after that book. I had so much information. I put out book 2, but I made this one about symbology. I made this one about symbols. So we could decode the symbols, because a lot of what's going on is affecting your subconscious and affecting your energy centers. So I put that information out here and showed you all the symbols around you. I don't care if they're on news stations. I don't care if they're on packaging as far as candy is concerned, potato chips, or whether they're at Disney or whatever. Gas stations, banks. I put all the information on there. Then I turned around after that. Hold on. Then I turned around after that and put this book out. And this is from ages 5 to 12. I'm not saying that no one else is doing the work. Y'all do the work that you got to do. I'm doing what I know how to do. I put this together so I could put this in that young mother's hands so she could teach her child the ABCs and she can connect them with some of the artists that we know and love. What is wrong with that? I remember one lady told me at the bookstore, one of her customers said Griff's books are very elementary. Well, they're not for you. They're not for you. You probably don't care about Tay-Tay and them getting sent to juvie, having no future and no chance. 13 and 14 years younger than their mama. The mama and the child in school together. So if you want to come at me for being passionate about what I do, it's about somebody on here running their mouth and shit and all that kind of stuff, which I'm out and about. I never see any of these people. They never say this shit to my face. But I'm saying to you, I mean, why come at me? All right. The only thing I ask you to do is just move to the side, and you do what you do, and I'm going to do what I do. All right. If we can come together and do some things like Johnny Taylor, Quan, Great Filibuster, Double B, some other people that's on here that I know, then let's work and do something together. Dr. Khalid El Hakim, Black History 101 Mobile Museum, Minister Paul Scott, other people, then let's do it. But for you to just be the keyboard killer, the internet cyber thug, and run your mouth behind your phone, come on, stop that, man. I need to get some. Please email me. Well, I can't write your email down, Yvonne. Just take my phone number. Quan, can you put my phone number up for Yvonne? And Quan, put my Cash App up. She wants that also. Yvonne, I apologize. I wasn't coming at you like that. But, you know, I still got that radical militant edge. I'm sorry, sis, but I'm saying, you understand what I'm saying? I be meeting these dudes, man, and they are soft. I'm like, I mean, damn. What happened to a man's man? Like, nah. Oh, you're driving. Well, Quan, can you? Oh, here's Quan. Put up my phone number: 678-557-2919. I'll put up the Cash App, Quan. Cash App, just $ Professor Griff. All right. So the stuff that I put together is probably not meant for you. Maybe you too smart, or it's way below your pay grade. That is absolutely fine with me. I get it, got it, cool. All right. My body of work There's about 4 or 5 more books to this. My body of work is very practical. You can buy the book and use it today. You ain't got to sit it by your nightstand and get around to it over the Christmas holiday and none of that kind of stuff. You can use this today. All right. When is the Zoom discussion on these? October 11th is the Zoom discussion. All right. But anyway, I can't apologize for this energy I have. I apologize to Sister Yvonne over there because I didn't want her to think I was coming at her. You understand what I'm saying? But we need to do our part. You know, even if I've seen some people take the book, copy stuff out of it, and use it to put on Instagram or TikTok or what. Cool, I don't mind. The information is coming through me. I've sat in lectures where people talked about the Illuminati's takeover of hip hop and never mentioned my name once. Right now, last thing, Quan, right now, I'm doing a project called a Sappho Soul. All right? It's a warrior affirmation album. Those people that are into eclectic jazz and that kind of thing, or you in the gospel, or you way off into something else, or what, if it's not, this is not for you, it's not for you. We're doing affirmations for real warriors and real soldiers, men and women, that need to hear something calming and motivating every single day to help them through. Where may we purchase these books? At my website, www.professorgriff.me, or just call me, 678-557-2919. 678-557-2919. All right. Right now, we have a fundraiser going on where you can get the ebooks. All right. Support the platform because we need to have real discussions. All right. I got you, Quan. No, I hear you, Nathan Howard said, don't apologize because those who know, know. No, you're right. I don't know about y'all, but I'm tired of hearing and seeing the next sexy red. Who's going to be the next one? Creamy black or fucking, I don't know, period red or whoever the fuck, whatever they can come up with. It's just sad and sickening. It's a spit in the face to our ancestors and all those that have sacrificed to see that we made it to this point, especially in music. The least we can do is honor them. Anyway, all right, Quan, I got to get out of here. All right. No offense to Biggie. We used a line out of your song, but hey, you said she was juicy, so we used it. You never thought that hip-hop would take it this far. Well, it's not hip-hop that's taking it this far, Biggie. I know you meant something else, but this is rap. All right? Hip-hop is higher infinite power, healing our people. I love y'all to like this Professor Griff for Serious Minds. All right? Because serious minds attract serious minds. Seriously. Salute. Peace, fam. Peace.